Welcome to Under Two Capes News. I am Jared, and this is the only show, the official news show of Comics League, the YouTube channel where we examine the worlds of DC, Marvel, and really any pop cultural icon that happens to be famous at the time. Well, that's Transformers, Bionicle, DC, Marvel. Let's see what else. Just anything really. As you can see, we are big pop cultural fans ourselves. So the reason why I wanted to record a new show, I know that we haven't done a new show in a while, but something happened recently that actually happened today, that I saw today. So I haven't been watching Peacemaker. I was waiting until the season ended so I could just binge it all. Then I see on social media, on YouTube, I saw the clip where the Justice League shows up at the end. Spoiler alert, by the way. So here's my thing about it. So the Justice League shows up, and Aquaman is in the Aquaman suit that he has at the end of the movie. So what that indicates to me is that we're still in a shared world, even though it's the Justice League world. And I know it's that because of a couple of reasons. But okay, so a couple of reasons why I know it's the Justice League world. Because Superman, if you look at even though, okay, so what happens is that the League shows up, everyone is really like shrouded. And so that they don't make you think that it's actually the actors, even though Jason Momoa and Ezra Miller show up in this episode. But then Superman and Wonder Woman remain shrouded. But Superman, you can kind of see off the lights in the scene that's still like a red and blue suit. So I'm like, okay, it's not the SnyderVerse, obviously. But once again, I didn't go into Peacemaker expecting it to be SnyderVerse because guess what? That's what the Flash movie I think is going to happen, or we'll see what happens with that. But anyway. So what this establishes that guess what? We're still in the shared universe because I know that there was some speculation that because of what happened with Justice League and all that, that DC was going to go away from like a shared universe and just make like solo films. But what's interesting is that this is the first time since like Shazam, I think, that we've gotten like references to the other movies. And the reference in this movie is Aquaman has the King's Trident and the gold suit. Ezra Miller is still in his Snyder cut suit because it hasn't changed yet. So I found that to be pretty freaking cool. I'm a Snyder guy through and through, but I found it to be really cool that in Peacemaker, they at least put in the Justice League and had like Jason Momoa and Ezra Miller show up. I was like, okay, that's cool. I like that. So, and it is kind of interesting because Lad mentioned this, so we'll probably bring it up tomorrow on Under Two Capes, is that was almost like a joke that it's like where were the Justice League or the Avengers in Marvel's case when like this happened. It's like in Suicide Squad when the giant laser is shot in the sky. How come Batman and Wonder Woman didn't respond? Superman was dead, but why didn't any of the superheroes respond? It's a classic like thing, and in fact, Honest Trailers did a joke about it, and they went, when S.H.I.E.L.D. turned out to be Hydra, the Avengers didn't assemble. When what was the other one? When when a dark elf almost plunged the entire world into darkness, the Avengers didn't assemble. So I like how they kind of made a joke. Even Peacemaker's like, you're late. And he says other choice words. If you've seen a James Gunn movie, you understand what I'm saying. But anyway, I found that to be kind of cool. I like that. So that's part one. There's two news stories I want to talk about here. There's also a Deadline article. So as you know, the Warner Discovery merger is going down right now. Now, another thing that just came out was that Ann Sarnoff is rumored to be leaving Warner Brothers at the end of the merger. So those of you that don't know, so they restore the SnyderVerse, right? Now, what eventually happens is, so as you know, the Snyder Cut releases last year. Can't believe we're on a year of this thing being released. But anyway, then like that weekend, I think it was that weekend. It was almost immediately. Sarnoff, who is the chairperson of Warner Brothers, comes out and says, we're not going to continue the Snyderverse. We're not going to release the Ayer cut and such, and completely galvanizes the fans against her. Now, it's been rumored that her, and then, well, by the way, that was all before the merger was announced. So everyone was like, okay, this is bad. Then the merger's announced. And then we have like all this indication that at least Zaslav wants the SnyderVerse to continue based upon signs like he says, we got the most iconic brands. We want to restore hurt relationships with creatives. Which relationship was hurt more than Zack Snyder, who Warner used the death of his daughter to push him out of the DCEU. How messed up is that? So anyway, so then throughout the new, for the past year, ever since the merger was announced, there's been speculation on who's staying and who's leaving. We knew pretty much that Jason Kilar, who's like the head of HBO Max, was going to leave. So that was no surprise. But Sarnoff, that's interesting. Now all we need is Emmerich to leave, and then we can get, then we are making some real headway. And rumor has it that Emmerich wants to leave too. So we could be seeing the end of the anti-Snyder coalition at Warner Brothers. All we need is like Hamada to leave, but there'll be much less opposition. That's my point that I'm getting to here. So it's again, this is more SnyderVerse hope. I still think that when this merger was announced, at some point they will say we're going to restore the SnyderVerse. It won't be a day one thing because they would still be like establishing like what the new company is going to look like. So it's not going to be like, let's say the merger happens May 20th. That would be ironic. May 20th, the merger is finalized. We're going to restore the SnyderVerse. It's not going to be that. But I'm saying that as a result of the merger, at some point down the road, they will say, okay, Zach, you want to do Justice League 2 and 3, and we'll give you, and we'll let you have it as a series. Just do it, bring people to HBO Max. That's what I think is going to happen. Again, it won't be immediate, because I think some people are like anticipating that during the speech when he announces that, when Zaslav announces that the merger's done, that we are now one company, we are restoring the SnyderVerse. That's not going to happen. It's going to be sometime later on, unless he's already planning it and he's going to like surprise us, but I highly doubt that. So anyway, my point is keep the faith, family, because guess what? It's most likely gonna happen. In terms of the Peacemaker thing, here's the thing. No matter what happens with the SnyderVerse, I'm still going to enjoy the DC like material, because you know what, I love this material so much. Do I love Snyder stuff? Hell yes. But I'm willing to give every creative a chance. Someone could have like this fantastic idea. Look at James Wan and Aquaman. He built upon Snyder, and look what he created. I have yet to see the Matt Reeves Batman movie, obviously, but from what I've seen, it looks amazing. From what I've seen with Ezra Miller's Flash, it looks really good. My point is that you can be a Snyder fan and still enjoy the other DC properties, because for one thing, I love these characters too much to like say, unless like Warner came out and like endorsed like genocide or something like that, then I'm gonna be like, nah, I'm not gonna watch your movies anymore. But the point is that until it gets to that extreme, I'm not gonna do that. And plus, with the new management, we already know there's gonna be new management, which always happens when it comes to a merger. We may even get more a better management at DC, like hiring more editors to make sure we have a cohesive universe. Which, by the way, Lad and I will probably talk about during our opening segment about Dark Crisis, so anticipate that tomorrow. So that's the end of this episode. I hope I gave you guys at least a little bit of hope, and at least encourage you to enjoy DC holistically. You can love one person's vision. Like I know people that love Nolan stuff, and I'm like, that's great. Love what you love. Love what you love. That's all I have to say. It's America. You can love whatever you want. Let me put it this way. I will watch Matt Reeves' Batman. I'll watch the Flash movie. I'll watch Black Adam because I'm genuinely, yes, excited for those movies. It has nothing to do with Snyder. My point is, once again, just to reiterate before I log off, you can like non-Snyder properties and Snyder properties. There's no, that's what I really don't like. is that in this community, we tend to galvanize around if you don't like Snyder stuff, you're not a true fan. If you like Snyder stuff, you're not a true DC fan. I hate that. It's annoying. It's divisive. Lord knows that this world is already as divisive as it is. So I feel like we should be at least unifying in the love what you love. I don't care what you love. There are people that hate the comic books that I enjoy. I enjoy like Superman Unchained. I legitimately enjoyed, let me see. I like Trinity War. I mentioned about how that was my first DC comic book. So just love what you love. You're well within your rights to love it. There are people that love Justice League, and you know what? I say more power to you. I may strongly disagree, but you know what? Love what you love. I enjoyed Suicide Squad, the James Gunn one. Doesn't mean I don't want to see the Ayer cut. I would love to see the Ayer cut. My point is just love what you love. That's it. That's it. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I will see you guys in next news episode and probably for Under Two Capes tomorrow. Anyway, have a good week and stay at work, everyone. Bye-bye.